And I think the movie relied too much on CGI, according to the trailer.
Okay, well, that's DC in general.
Sway me, change my mind. Go ahead.
Jason Momoa is the biggest beefcake out there. And he looks real good tatted up like that. And the trailer I know you didn't like Justice League.
That was the
I
worst
personally found Justice League entertaining. Now, don't misunderstand me. Don't kill me. I'm not saying it's a great movie by any stretch of the means. But I thought it was entertaining. I enjoyed watching it. And one of the characters I really liked in it was Jason Momoa as Aquaman. And yes, I know it's not Mimosa, but I don't care.
Yeah.
It's Mimosa to me. And so when I saw this, I went, okay, we're seeing... when I first started watching the trailer, I didn't know if it was before Justice League, after Justice League, but it became very evident very quickly in that it is an origin story of sorts.
Yes.
And so it did remind me, as you were saying earlier, Drugger, of a Black Panther-esque sort of plot line. But I liked the character of Aquaman, and I went, all right, it looks kind of cool. The scene of them jumping, I loved the scene, like where they're jumping out of the airplane into the desert. Yeah. Because something that people don't understand about Aquaman is that he has beaten Superman while on land. Yeah. Aquaman is one of the most powerful heroes in the DC universe, in comic lore. But everybody's just like, oh, he just calls fish. No, he is as powerful as Superman while he's on land, let alone in water. And so I think we're kind of going to see that with them just jumping out of an airplane into the desert. Yeah.
Now, do you think they're going to hit the superhero dive? Is that what it is? Like the superhero landing?
Oh, totally. You have to.
Huge.
You have to.
Yeah.
Watch the Mr. Sunday's movie, or Mr. Sunday Movies video, Why Aquaman is Great. And you'll see.
Also, I don't know if you noticed this. In
Not
both,
a sponsor.
In both the Shazam and the Aquaman trailers, I think DC has gone back on their no jokes rule.
Yeah, because they realized it's not going to work.
And even Justice League, they snuck a few jokes in. But like they had a few jokes in those trailers, and I'm like, they went back on their own rule that they said they would never do to be different from Marvel.
Yeah. Well,
let's keep it going, man. We'll keep on rocking and rolling until we're done.
I'm leaving.
Well, the thing for me is DC tried to change the tone. I'm like, the tone is not the problem; it's the structure.
Yes. Well, I disagree. Exactly. I think the tone was the problem too.
Well, for certain characters,
right?
For Superman,
and Batman,
not the dark tone.
In Justice League, they made Batman too jokey. I was saying they had Beast Boy and Cyborg who could make all of the jokes they want them to. Not Beast Boy, Flash and Cyborg who could make all of the jokes they want them to. Batman doesn't make jokes. Batman just beats out of people. Yeah. That's what happens.
Yeah, that's true.
But
that alliteration, that whole thing of Flash made me sick to my stomach to watch because I didn't like the actor choice. I didn't like the content.
I do wish they had the way they taken the actor from Flash.
That would have been amazing. Grant Gustin would have been amazingly awesome.
Yep.
Also, I find it funny when Batman's like, save one person. I'm like, no, you have the speed to save all these people.
Exactly. And the fastest man in the world.
I get it, though, that he's never done this before. And so Batman's like, save one person. And he goes, what then? And he says, you'll know what to do next. And then he starts saving more people. But he can't think, I gotta save everybody.
The sword.
I do think that has been DC's motto with their fight scenes. Save one person.
Yeah.
Save one person. And
that's
the whole city.
For every single thing. Are you sad and disappointed about Wonder Woman not having a huge showing at Comic-Con?
Couldn't give a rip.
You don't care?
Yeah, don't care. Wonder Woman was a solid. Wonder Woman was a solid movie, but it's not a movie I care to ever see again. I watched it once and I went, okay, that was good, but I never want to see it again. I don't care. I will see the Wonder Woman Part 2 or whatever it's called, but I'm not like, I needed a trailer to know what this is about.
Yeah.
I don't care. I hope they tell me where the heck she was during World War II because
Captain America.
Captain America took care of it. That's true. That's true.
We didn't need Wonder Woman then.
True.
You know, I didn't. I to be frank, until you mentioned it right now, it hadn't even crossed my mind that we hadn't gotten a Wonder Woman trailer.
Yeah. Like no Green Lantern, no Wonder Woman.
That's harder for me because I love Green Lantern.
I know.
So that's harder for me that we don't have a Green Lantern movie yet. Yeah. Like we have the Lantern Corps, but we don't know anything about it.
But they also might have... I think, actually, next year, they're planning to release Wonder Woman 2 in December. Right before Star Wars.
Yeah.
Well, that's a bad move.
That's a horrible move.
I think it's like 2 weeks before Star Wars or something like that. So probably next year, Comic-Con, we do get Wonder Woman stuff.
Yeah.
I think a lot of that stuff, even though it's announced, then it's not far enough in development that
That's
they have
true.
anything
they
to
can't
show.
really give us anything if they wanted to.
Yes. Do you want me to move forward? Tony wants me to move closer to him. I'm really disturbed right now.
No, you're just not in the picture, man.
Hi, guys.
There you go.
You literally have your phone out and are able to see the
I know.
live feed, and yet you couldn't see you weren't in the picture.
Well, I haven't been looking at my phone in a while.
I have, so that I can see what people are commenting. Ben Wilcox says Wonder Woman was like Captain America. I agree.
Well, beat for beat.
Yeah,
Yeah,
it
beat
was
for
the
beat,
same
yeah.
movie.
Yeah. Agreed.
Captain America is on an island that is strictly full of super soldier men.
Yeah.
And a cute woman breaks onto the island and takes him into the real world, right? That's what happens, right?
That's exactly what happened.
No, not at all. But I agree. The plot, they were the same movie.
Yeah.
Plot, same
Yeah.
same movie.
Yeah.
Superhero, bad guy, save the world, boom.
The problem
Love-
with Wonder
love
Woman, and we don't need to
interest. I'm sorry, love
really get
interest.
into a whole bunch of Wonder Woman
the
stuff. The
ending.
problem was the ending of it, where they tried to give you the twist with the villain, and you were just kind of like, why?
Yeah.
Well, and there seemed to be like no real arc. Like she just chooses to believe, and then that
Isn't that what you
solves
do?
everything.
Yeah,
But you know,
that was the one thing with the Wonder Woman movie I didn't like was she suddenly is like,
And then she
oh,
has-
love will save this world, and I'm like,
And then he blows himself up.
Yeah.
He couldn't take being with Gal Gadot
Like-
anymore.
Yeah.
He was like, I'm out.
You are too beautiful. I'm out. Peace.
The other Chris in Hollywood was all like, I
Yeah.
can't do this.
Yeah.
which I love the actor. I love
Yes.
Chris
Well,
is
you know
the
what?
best part of the movie.
Here's the thing for me: if they can bring in the Legion of, is it called the Legion of
Legion
Doom?
of Doom.
The Legion of Doom, as a whole, starring Lex Luthor,
A good Lex Luthor.
a good Lex Luthor, and bring in all the other people like Gorilla Grodd.
yes, I want to see Gorilla Grodd so bad.
He's in the Flash.
He's basically King Kong.
He plays such a great
Does that mean
role.
Godzilla's coming too? Are we going to get a Godzilla versus Superman fight?
Who knows?
Is that what's going to
Let's go
cross?
see it.
I mean, because a radioactive breath would actually be able to hurt Superman.
Our next
so
versus Superman versus Godzilla.
Great.
No,
we'll talk
it's going
about
to be
that.
Goku versus Superman
No,
first.
that's a stupid one because you've got the Dragon Ball Z fans that are all like, Goku, kick his butt!
Yeah,
and then
yeah.
you've got the DC fans who are like, Superman, kick his butt! And everybody tries to use math to prove who's better, and I'm just like, what?
Well, Superman would just invent a new power that he just now has to be.
He would just do that thing where he can make somebody from his hand, the copies of himself out of his hand, and just surround Goku and just...
You can't stand against
The
my
Hadouken
anti-martial
Street Fighter
arts
move.
vision. But Gorilla Grodd is one of my favorite villains, and
Great,
I
great.
really want to
Yeah.
see him in. I think it would be great if they did a bunch of solo movies with all these different DC villains.
We
and then
have
they
a
did
solo
Doom.
movie.
Well, here's the
How many
thing.
do you want them to make?
Here's the thing, right? They have Black Manta, or is it Black Manta?
Yes,
Manta, right?
he's
Black
an
Manta,
alpha.
Gorilla Grodd, Solomon Grundy, which has never been used.
That's
I don't
true.
think.
I don't
in a-
think
in a
because anybody
series
wants
yet.
to make a giant undead zombie.
Yeah,
Well,
but he's still a great character.
Well, he was what the Hulk was actually based off of.
Yeah.
And that's great. The Hulk
Well, and
isn't an undead
well, the thing
thing.
is, if you've got someone like Luthor
Yeah.
that controls him, he's just a powerhouse.
Yeah.
You know, so-
Right, but I think DC's too scared to do that.
He's a big, strong dummy. Is
Yeah.
really what his thing is. But they have all of these useful characters at their disposal. Do you think that is their end game
No.
for DC?
I don't.
I don't think
Because
they have
think
one.
I
they're
don't even
smart
think.
enough.
I don't even think
I
they
think they're
realize it.
struggling in the now. So it's
and
not
that's
like,
the
it's not.
thing.
It's not like Marvel who says, "Oh, we're doing successful. Let's plan ahead." So make sure
Marvel
Ben
has
Wilcox
the
brings
next
up
10 years
that
planned out.
Solomon Grundy was used in Gotham.
they were.
Solomon
Or he
Grundy
was?
was. So you lied to us straight to my face.
I don't remember it.
Straight to my
I've been
face.
watching Gotham, and there may have been a season that I've missed, but
I can't believe you lied to me.
I know.
I'm hurt inside.
That's all right. Peace out. Bye, Sam.
Bye, Sam.
Wait a minute. Sam's my ride home.
No, but you know what? They have great characters. They do have the resources in order to bring it to the table. And you're absolutely right. What they're functioning with now is the problem to associate those characters in the specific movies that they need to without bombing.
Yes.
And I think that's what they've done. They didn't do it in a timely fashion like Marvel did. Marvel introduced their characters. They set the standard, And they've also set
They took
the
their time.
original movies, the origin movies, to introduce everyone
Yep.
before they even went into the Avengers.
Yep.
Which then catapulted everyone who
And then
was
they had Avengers in space.
well, the thing you have to understand, the screenplays in particular, as far as writing, are all about economy. Okay, so one of the good things that Marvel did was when they introduced all their people beforehand, when you get to the Avengers, the audience knows them, and you can focus more economy of your lines on plot, like the little arcs
Yes.
that the different
Listen,
characters
don't bring
have.
politics into this, talking about the economy and stuff like that.
Well, see, I think that's where Infinity War benefited so much is that
The
you
economy?
could
Yes.
you could
the
just
economy? Wow.
You can just throw the Guardians of the Galaxy in. We know what those characters are. They're related.
Robert
to
Downey
Thanos.
Jr. for
you could
president.
just kill the Guardians of the Galaxy
Which-
and nobody cares.
which is also a knock against Infinity War that you had to see almost every Marvel movie to understand everything that's going on and understand characters and motivations, all that. But that's part of the benefits of it. They're reaping that hey, we have 20 characters we've introduced,
They've spent
Oh, yeah.
9 years
Yes.
making movies to build to
10.
this.
and now we can just
Well, if you include this as their 10th year.
293.
and essentially they've come to the point where now we're like we can just tell a story and not have to do character development because we
that's
have
true.
characters already
That's
that
true.
are developed.
Well,
And that's
how
where
their
DC
characters
has
change.
really kicked the bucket.
Or right, they tried
they're-
too early.
They tried too early to introduce characters that were super characters, but not as a group
They
of
introduced
characters.
Superman, which was great. They should have made a Batman solo film, not an origin story. Everybody knows the origin of Batman.
Just a solo
but
film.
just a solo movie of him. Maybe give us why give us a death in the family because they showed us Robin's suit.
Yeah.
So maybe give us a death in the family that changes Batman from the I have one rule that I don't kill into the Batman we saw in Batman vs Superman, who's
then
just like
Superman
I'm
brings it
killing
back out.
everything that moves, and then
Superman,
don't introduce
yeah.
Wonder Woman yet, or don't introduce Wonder Woman in Batman vs Superman.
Wait for
Give
her
us
solo movie.
that solo movie,
Yeah.
then you make the Batman vs Superman movie. If you want to do that, don't give us what's his face,
Doomsday.
Doomsday.
just give us Batman
Just
versus
give us
Superman.
Batman versus Superman, and maybe Wonder Woman shows up and she's all like, "What are you guys doing?" And she's swinging a
and
sword
then you
around.
do Justice League.
And then you do Justice League, which
your big three.
could have done a good Doomsday battle. Justice
Yeah.
League versus Doomsday.
And then you don't have a Superman movie in your phase 2 because he's dead.
Exactly.
And you bring him back.
You bring him
later.
back for you. Why are we better at writing for DC than they are? Call us up. My phone number 570. I'm not. Because we know the execs at DC are listening. And not, It's a great idea.
Sam 555-1212.
Meanwhile, in a little room at Warner Brothers, there's someone hunched over. Like, oh my gosh, they've got a great idea. And it's like,
Honestly, though, if you had introduced your Trinity like that, with
yeah.
Batman, Wonder Woman,
would've been
Superman,
great.
and then you
Would've been
introduced, which I thought Cyborg was introduced fairly well in Justice League.
I see. I agree and disagree because he was
I'm
not
with you
the
on that.
character Cyborg is supposed to be.
But he was also connected to the plot, and I thought
That's fine.
I thought that helped him be introduced.
Right, that's fine.
Economy.
And
Just-
he Aquaman, Flash didn't need to be introduced before
Right.
this.
Agreed.
They needed movies afterwards, I think, but not before this. And maybe Cyborg not as much.
Right.
But
And I'm not even saying that they're niche characters,
But they're not as well known.
Aquaman is a niche character because you need him for water battles, Flash.
Unless you're Superman, who can
Yeah,
just be
unless
like,
you're talking to dolphins.
I just
really
grew
Aquaman.
I just grew gills because that's one of my abilities now. And
Yeah,
you're
yeah.
like, what? Superman?
Flash,
what
unless
you
you're
doing?
dealing with time stream or you're not
Right.
dealing with something like that's all
And
Flashes.
don't
and I'm not
tease
saying that
us,
that's all it's good
don't
for.
tease us with Green Lantern like they did in the
course.
in the Justice League movie in the beginning of that,
and not give us a Green
and
Lantern
not
yet.
give us Green Lantern.
Ridiculous. Because even in Supergirl, they introduced more Justice League characters.
Yeah.
And
Martian Manhunter.
and all the other Martian Manhunter.
Yeah.
Red Tornado.
Yes.
was introduced in Supergirl, which I thought was a great a great episode if you guys ever watch
Yeah.
it. But those characters are not necessarily, they're Class A characters.
No, but they're their B
But they're
characters,
interesting.
which Marvel has used their B, C, D through Z characters to make an incredible universe.
Before A's.
DC has their A-listers
Yes.
and their B-plussers, because I would put somebody like Green Lantern as a B+. He's not quite an A, but he's more than just your B. And they had their A-list characters, and they were just like, I liked Man of Steel. I thought they introduced Superman well. And then they were just like, okay, here's everybody.
Yeah.
And you're
Yeah,
like, what?
We're going to open up our toy box, just dump it out on the table,
and
be
see
like,
what
"Oh."
happens.
And mind you, too, don't forget, DC, you mentioned how much content they could do.
Huge.
They wasted a lot